What's up, y'all? This is Grief from Team Interstellar, and I'm here with Nana, who got top 8 at the Alliance Insight Case Tournament. Nana, how you feeling?
I was carried. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was carried. This is like the first time I played this deck IRL.
Yeah.
I knew the basics. I played against it a lot, but it's good. It's pretty straightforward. But the only tricky part about it is the Mitsurugi line. I've learned that you want to keep like all the Mitsurugi cards in rotation, like especially if they're prayers. But yeah, I got 7th at the event. Pretty good. Everybody was really wow. Everybody was pretty chill. I had interesting matchups. I fought against Naturia, Horus. I fought Galaxy, and then I played against then Malice, Mermail, and then Blue Eyes, and then some of the fourth thing that I can't remember, but we'll get into it. It's pretty standard, nothing too different. Oh, shout outs to Joey for letting me borrow the cards. I wanted to switch over to Mitsu after Malice. I feel like Mitsu is just a better option right now, especially when people have a lot of hate for Malice right now.
Yeah.
And so for engine, just standard, 2 ice, X, sword, node, and star, and then cross. No need to talk about these. Everybody knows what these cards do.
But the cheap stuff I get on PC. That was what I did.
And then for the Mitsu cards, 3 Habakiri, 1 Murakumo, and then 1 at each of the monsters. Then 3 prayers, pretty good card. And then 1 ritual. For hand traps, standard lineup, 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 3 Fua, 1 Perulia for cross out, 3 Nib, and then 3 Imperm. And then for the rest of the spells, 3 Tachyon, 1 Bonfire, Call by, and Cross.
Cool.
For the extra deck, 1 Detonator, 2 Dual Drive, 2 Eclipse, 1 Castel, 1 Eagle Storm Excited Knight, 1 Feral Imps, Baguska, Dugaris, 104. The Hope Harbinger, I didn't really summon this card because you summoned off of the this guy. Didn't really come up. I don't know if I'll replace it with something different. But this helps you bridge into your Ryzeal cards through Tachyon. Then 1 Aggregator, and then 1 Dynamundo.
How often did Dynamundo come up?
It came up maybe once or twice, but it was in a state to where if I couldn't get prayers in rotation, I have Dynamundo.
Okay.
And then Dynamo summon Murakumo and everything else. And then side deck, 3 Lancia, Malice Exist, 2 Perulia, 3 Meows, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Tactics, 1 Thrust, 1 of the Mitsu Trap, and then 3 Feather Storm. I didn't really use this card at all, really. It's just in case if I were to get stopped and I have to draw into it. It's like no different from the deck that topped the YCS Providence, but overall this deck's pretty solid. I like it. I'm having fun with it. And there's actually a line to one of my friends actually showed me, and I can go ahead and just like showcase it here.
Yeah, let's see it.
So basically this line plays through Droplets, Imperm, and then you still have follow-up, and you still have like as much later interruptions as possible, and you do it all for 1 card too. So your starter is Ice, so you summon Ice, and then you summon Sword effect, add the Ext, and then you go ahead, you make into the Duo Drive here. You don't use the extra Monster Zone just yet. And then you use Duo Drive, detach, add Cross, and then you add Node.
Oh no, Area
Right here.
Area released during Tossers and after Toss.
So then you then lead with X Ryzeal by sending Eclipse Twins to the graveyard. And then you add another sword. Sword effect will then summon itself. So then right here, they have to nib you because they know you have Cross in hand. So this is basically a nib insulator. Then you go ahead, hard make into... Sorry. Before you do anything else, don't be bad like me.
Activate
cross first. And then you go ahead, make detonator effect to attach like twins. From here, you summon Node effect to then send Duo Drive to graveyard, and then target the sword just to help play around bestials. You then make into the King of the Feral Imps. Feral Imps effect, detach the node to add the Habakiri. Habakiri effect, reveal, and then you summon the Saji from deck. You already went through Feral Imps, so you can just go ahead and tribute this. And then Saji effect will add the Ritual. From here, you Ritual. This is actually very important. You Ritual from hand, summon the Habakiri, tribute from deck. You tribute the Aramasa and the Kusanagi. Summon the Habakiri. New chain. Just help insulate free from Bell if they were hold at this point. But you kind of call out the Bell if they don't have it, but you have cross anyway. You Kusanagi 1, Aramasa 2. Target the Ritual to add this back to hand, and then you add just a deck thin the other Habakiri. Now this time you use the Ritual to summon from deck, tribute from hand. So you can then tribute from field or hand. Tribute this to summon the Murakumo. Now you can then use Habakiri effect to add prayers and summon itself.
So we have one night.
So we have prayers and this. You summon back the Habakiri. Now you use prayers, tribute the Murakumo. You're going to use both effects. So you're going to add back the last piece of Habakiri. And then you will summon from graveyard either of the names. Now new chain. Murakumo will add and summon itself. So you add another prayer, so you have one in rotation. Okay. And then here you will go into the Baguska. This is very good into the mirror. And then everything else here too, that's like also especially Malice. So this board right here plays through Imperm and Droplets because, and you have the prayer set too. So it's a very layered interruptions as well. It may not seem like it, but it's ultimately like the best end board you can have off of one card. Because if they have droplets, they're sending 2 cards, they need to negate these 2. And then if they somehow were to out this, like through Desiree, you can then just cross negate. And then you use Twins effect, targeting both this and the Imps, and then you summon this back. And for whatever reason, if they're able to still out this, you still have Murakumo to board wipe through prayers, and it's still a negate. And also, they're losing 800 attack from this, so they can't really beat over anything. and it guarantees you're living for another turn, and you just kill him on the crackback. So that's the combo that he showed me. So it's really nice. It's really nice.
Right on. All right, Nana, before we end off, are there any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, like I said, shout outs to Joey for letting me borrow their cards. Shout outs to Team Interstellar. Shout outs to Top Table Gaming, located in Avon Lake, Ohio. And then, shout outs to my mom for her support, and then everybody else I didn't give shout outs to. So,
all right.
Appreciate you.
Last but not least, there's one special person we got to give thanks to.
Yeah, we got to give special thanks because unfortunately he didn't come out, but if he did, he would have won. So, thank you, Julius.